What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Evo RTG. EA have given us another Evo over the last couple of days, and I'm going to take you through who we're going to put into it in the Arsenal RTG. And we're getting a little overburdened on one position now as well. However, before we get into that, one of the things that I've been asked a lot over the last couple of days, especially since the 83x10 has arrived again yesterday, is how do we grind the menus? What is the menu grind? And I'm going to take you through, in a kind of like quick manner, the method that I'm using at the moment, that I've been using on both this RTG and the Mbappe RTG. The Mbappe one a little bit more intensely, because obviously I wanted to prove a point of actually getting Mbappe. But it's genuinely a very, 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 very simple setup. I'm going to get what we need on there. And I would say as well, that just make sure you do this Dynasty Daily Challenge every day as well. For a mega pack, it's tradable. It's there every day. It requires a gold squad of rares from the same league. It's just really nice and really easy for a mega pack. You only need nine rares and golds and just multiple different nations. And so if we just pop in and you know, right now as well, guys, the state of the rare market, even 80s and 81s, they're just on the floor. It's beautiful. It's a brilliant thing. We can afford to put in 2 commons. So we will put in Ait Nori there as well. And, you know, I'm using the guys that I've got. You feel free to purchase players off the market. You can get rare golds for like 650 coins on the market. And today, in fact, as well, with what we're talking about here and what we're going to be going through, I highly presume that most people have got some coins. If you haven't got some coins, we might be in a bit of a problem. So max, you need minimum 4 from a region. So we've got 2 Argentines and 2 Dutch. Let's see if we can get any more Argentines from the Premier League. I know we had Romero, and we've got Buendia, so we should be able to sort ourselves out here. We'll pop Romero in for Fofana. We only need 29 chemistry. And so there we go. And that's it, guys. Right, like this team's literally like less than 10,000 coins. And you get yourself a mega pack, which is fantastic. And do that every day for a mega pack every day. It's really, really good. As you'll see, I haven't done marquee matchups yet either, which is silly from me. Because again, it's just like passing up free coins and free trade-offs of like low-rated, untradeable crud in for coins. But what people want to know, and why I put them into favorites, is how do you get the most out of the 83 Team of the Week pick, the 83x10, the radioactive crafting upgrade, the premium mixed leagues upgrade, the daily gold upgrade. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing the daily upgrade. Where's that? The advent calendar upgrade. Do this one as well, because this one is like, do you know what's mad, guys? I might have missed a day. My yesterday was so all over the place. I genuinely might have missed a day, which would be devastating. But it's still there for you. So, in terms of the route that you're going to want to take, that I'm presuming that most people just have coins and even cards in their club, because cards and coins have been of an abundance from EA this time around. You know, there are so many objectives which we're going to go through. If you're struggling for coins or cards, we're going to go through like the first steps. And obviously the first steps are always play champs qualifiers, rivals, and squad battles, right? Go and get those rewards, go and get those things plugged in, because they're going to make a difference. Even if it's just picking up match coins to like get you on your way, they're going to make a difference. But we've got the radioactive crafting upgrade, the premium mixed leagues upgrade, which may or may not be for you, and the daily gold upgrade. The first thing you're going to want to do is a daily gold upgrade. It's there 3 times per day. Do not do it, because you get 6 bronzes and 6 silvers every time you finish the set, right? Which means to complete the set, you only need to buy 5 bronzes or 5 silvers each time, which if you do it lazily is costing you 1,000 coins each squad, so that's 2,000 coins. If you do it the good way and get those players on bid on auction for 150 coins, it's going to cost you 750 coins each, so 1,500 coins each time. So you're going to need like 4,500 coins if you've got nothing in the club. But again, I assume that you probably have some silvers and some bronzes. On the other side of things is these packs offer, these SBCs offer tradable packs, So when you complete one of these SBC segments and you open the pack, first and foremost, you've actually got a reasonable chance of packing a special card right now, because there's like 5 bronzes, I think, and 4 or 5 silvers of this new setup in here. And we're unfortunately not getting anything there. We're just going to get one of those special cards, aren't we? Yeah, one of these. But these cards could have value. If they don't have value, which these two don't, and then I guess we're going to need like a... No, this probably doesn't have value. So these 6 you just use back in for the next time round and buy 5 more, right? Bronzes and silvers are on the floor. And then we also get the silver pack. Let me just use the squad builder for this one. And similarly, obviously, if you've got untradeable cards, use your untradables in here, because you're exchanging untradables for tradables. And at almost every opportunity, use commons, not rares. Rares always have that capability of like spiking for price and just having more value. And probably you're looking at someone in my team now going, no, not him. He's like 3,000 coins. Check the prices of your cards, right? Because again, you might end up just selling some cards that you're like, whoa, I did not know he was going to be that expensive. But what you want to do is do the daily gold. Like, you know, we've got those 6 bronzes back in. So even if we had not a single other bronze in the club, first of all, what are you doing? Where are your bronzes at? But just go and buy them. And second of all, if you have got any bronzes in the club, happy days. Go and get them. So we open the silver pack as well. I mean, this guy probably won't be worth much. This guy might be worth a little bit. Yeah, maybe like there's one there for 400 or 500 coins. He's the sort of player I'd sell, because it'd allow me to buy back 3 different items. This guy probably not so much. Yeah, probably not so much. It's probably worth just using him. And then this guy, potentially so. Yeah, maybe another like 300 coins for him. Probably just worth, you know, maybe if you've got a high coin balance, you don't need to squeeze every coin out. If you've got a low coin balance, you probably do. And then you also get the 11 gold players pack. Now, once again, the opportunity here of you actually packing a special card is quite nice, because there are a lot of special cards as commons. You do get a rare out of this pack. There's icon promos, there's the dynasty promos, like there's a lot of stuff in packs. And then you just take the 11 players that you get and you go and put it into the other upgrade. Fortunately for me, Rakovic was tradable there. And then you take those 3 and you put them into the let me get there. You put them into the radioactive upgrade. Now, even if you're like, wow, you know, 3 a day, it's not going to be enough days to finish off the radioactive upgrade in time, you are going to need to work on that a bit more if you want to complete this. But if it's not about completing this and it's just about utilizing the cards that you get, then go and get those 11 players that you just got, throw them in here. Maybe not the rare, maybe you want to save the rare, it doesn't make any difference. And of course, if your rare is like an 81, an 82, or an 83, you're probably going to want to save it. You know, if your commons as well are 80s and above, you're probably going to want to save them. I unfortunately got basic trash for the whole thing. You submit that, gives you a little +1 on the actual radioactive crafting upgrade, which you'll accumulate other packs for over time, but it also gives you the 3 gold players pack. Now, what I've found personally from these 3 gold player packs is that they are really good for fodder. I can't tell you the amount of high-rated cards, specials, and informs I have got out of this pack. We're obviously not going to get it right now. It might be a reasonable card. I mean, look at that. Straight away, it's good fodder. And it's important, especially Sauerbrunn is important with the 82 and the 80 there, because the next stage of like how to grind or how to craft comes down to the inform requirements. So we have got a Team of the Week player pick, and we've got the 83x10. Now, the 83x10, which you could do twice per day, requires an inform. Informs yesterday, before this came about, were like 16,000 coins. I wish I bought loads, because they are now back up at 30,000 coins. I already have a couple of 83s. I've been fortunate enough to have packed them, so I can just go ahead and make the 83 rated squad right here. Got a lot of 84s here as well, but I'm going to show you, if you don't have the inform, you've got 2 options. Option number 1 is to go and buy an inform for 30,000 coins. I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's going to end up being way cheaper for you to grind and craft. And the way you're going to grind and craft, just submit this 83x10 first, is via the 83 plus Team of the Week player pick. Now, EA have changed the requirements for this one, and it's a bit sour. And this is why the 85 that we just got talking of sour, is going to be quite important, because if you get a high, you obviously need an 85 here. So Sour Brun, who we just packed untradeable, goes in, and then you need a few 83s. I think it's 4 83s, and the rest 82s. And it's a sort of thing where it's like the SBC cost is actually 35,000 coins, whereas a Team of the Week is 30,000 coins. But the SBC you could do with untradeable fodder that you get from playing the game. And because, again, when we go to the objectives momentarily, because the objectives offer so much fodder, you just will be blessed with 81s, 82s, 83s, 84s. Like what I think in this game is, I think that the ability to get these sort of like 82 to 84 rated fodder these days is very similar to the ability to get sort of like 80 to 81 rated fodder in previous days. And I genuinely just think that that's how easy it is. Like, I do not try on this account. I don't trade. I don't invest. I haven't even grinded League SBCs for like 2 weeks, and I still have a mass of fodder. So then, obviously, you could do the other inform here. Now, the problem, not the problem, it is a problem, but it's like a happy problem. The problem with this player pick is, this Team of the Week player pick is, it's very good, right? It's very good. And so, most likely what's going to happen is, you're going to end up getting a high-rated inform for your troubles, and you're not going to want to put a high-rated inform into an 83x10. What I would personally recommend and suggest is, if you get an 86 plus inform, I'd probably hold it and try and do another Team of the Week player pick. If you get an 85 or lower inform, I would definitely put that into the thingy. So we get an 86 Trippier. This is just a good inform for, like, if I wanted to do a player SBC or whatever. But if you get Wijnaldum or Talisca, go and put it into the 83x10. If you really want to, you can go and put Trippier into the 83x10. And that means you'll only have to put in, I actually think with an 86, I think it's like 10 82s. Or it might be 183, 9 82s, somewhere around there. So it does dramatically reduce the price of the 83x10. But that, in a nutshell, guys, is how you're going to grind this segment. Now, as I said at the start, the problem with it is, or not the problem with it is, but the concern with it is that you are going to need either some coins or some cards in your club already. If you have not got any of those, what have you been doing with your account, first and foremost? But also, just go and get some. Just go and play the game, or go and do the objectives. And I think for me personally, the objectives, I know sometimes playing squad battles can be tedious and unenjoyable, like massively. I know some of the objectives are daunting. I know playing champs, some people just get crazy anxiety of actually just going into champs and playing it. But when we look at the objectives that are there, I might have to go onto a website for this one because it might be easier. EA have just released FC Pro Season 3, which is going to be tomorrow. And that first match day gives you a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack and a bit of XP. The second match day, which is the week later, another Jumbo Premium Gold Pack, and then an 83x5 at the end. You've got the Champions Pro, which gives you kits, actually. Let's ignore that one. We've got the Champions Bonus, which does give you lots of good packs, 85x2, an 83x10, a Prime Gold Players Pack, a Rare Electrum Players Pack, a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack, an 83x3, a Rare Gold Pack, and an 81x11. Lots of fodder, and then for the whole set, you get an 87x2. The Radioactive Calendar, I'll be so sad if I've missed one of the days here. It's like, it misses some days sometimes. There was no Door 9, and I think there was no Door 7 as well. But you just get fodder. You just get packs. You just, like, even an 80x5, it's nice because you either get some high-rated fodder or you get loads of low-rated fodder that you can put into one of the Team of the Week SBC segments. This Maldini, I don't even think I've done the daily one. I'm going to be way behind on this one. And then even Theme Team Pursuit, I really like this, and I think people don't like this. And the thing about the Theme Team Pursuit is, it's 6 games in total. 6 games in total is where it's at, right? You could, I actually don't think you can. I don't think there's any Croatians or Mexicans from the D1 league. But for 6 games, you get an 81x2, a 78x2, a 78x2, an 80x5, and an 84x2. And if you couple it with an evolution that you're grinding as well, you can complete the evolution whilst getting these packs, which again is just really, really good. And you're working towards your milestone as well, which could be helpful. So this here, I don't think I have Maldini's first loan. I don't think I played a game with him, which is really annoying because I'm going to have to play with somebody that's got a loan Maldini to kind of like bolster my games through. But yeah, this is there as well, which again, every day gives you an 81x2 and that lone Maldini, which is, again, and an 82x2. For one game, you get an 81x2 and an 82x2. It's just really nice. And then in seasonal, daily objectives is there. Oh, I must have Maldini if I played a match. Perfect. Weekly objectives gives you the XP. Weekly gameplay as well. This is all mostly XP. And then milestones, there's not really a lot here if you've completed everything, which I anticipate you have. But there is just in general a lot to get and a lot to go. And then I'm going to go into squad battles. If I'm even silver 3, I'll be surprised. But it's just another method of gaining coins. I'm bronze 2. And if you are grinding the other things, like I just said, for squad battles, you're getting a few more coins, a few more packs, and it all adds to the club, right? It all adds to the club. So I think it's fair to say that, like, when people ask me, Nep, how are we grinding this time around? Like, what are we doing to grind? Honestly, like, in previous years, there used to be an actual, like, arduous grind. Bronze packs for hours, selling off all the good stuff, putting the low-rated bronzes into certain SBCs, putting what you get out of those SBCs into other SBCs, storing your 83s, going like you remember the kind of like unassigned investing and things like that, where you'd sit there with like hundreds of 81 rated, 82 rated common centre backs waiting for a marquee matchups to try and scrape some coins. Like, you used to be able to play this game, kind of quote unquote have to play the menus more than you played the game. I just hit Heung-min Son out of a 7. Brilliant. But now, not brilliant really, because I can't use it, mind you, but oh, he's tradable. Oh, that is brilliant. But now, the mix of actually playing the game and playing the menus as a combination together is really good from EA. And the reason why I quite like it specifically is because if you're bored of gameplay or you're stressed or whatever, you could just go and actually grind the menus. And if you're bored of grinding the menus, there's so much to play for in the game. And the combination of the two together, I don't think has ever been so good. I'm not going to sit here and pretend and say to you guys that it is the best that it could ever be. It's not. It could be better. But when we come to simply just playing the game, keep the anchor. When we come to simply just playing the game, it's really, really, really good for offering rewards back. And I think people, I mentioned this before, but I think people get stuck in a mentality of FIFA 23, FIFA 22, FIFA 21, where it was hard to get fodder and it was hard to get coins. This year is not that. This year it is so easy. I mean, look at this. Like, forget Thunderstruck Black Friday. This is just the Dynasties promo. We're getting 283x10's every day. When has that ever happened before? Every day. And from our first one, that might be Sandra. Is it Sandra Panos, the 87? Yeah, Sandra Panos, Party Shaw, a few other bits and bobs there. Nothing too crazy. Greenwood's a duplicate. I obviously want to pack Yuri and Timber. That's who I'm here for. I've got almost 400,000 coins, guys. I can't afford to spend them on Yuri and Timber at the moment because that's going to be Milinkovic-Savic. Go on, be a double walkout. Not. Because I need to buy the evolutions, which is where we're going to take you now. And so, yeah, basically, guys, that's how you grind the menus. I think, and even if you just wanted to wait until tomorrow, we'll get more upgrade packs, right? Mondays are upgrade days, so I wouldn't be too scared of waiting until tomorrow. Now, back to the actual Arsenal side of the Arsenal Evo RTG. We have got a few Evos to work on. First of all, I've got Gabriel Martinelli in. We need to get him upgraded to that 87. I'm excited to have him in the team as a mainstay. We still need to get one more assist with Palova and then do the remaining things on him. With her, we've still got 7 days. Palova is then going to go into Relentless meets Radioactive. No, McCabe is going to go in here. I just need to pack McCabe. I didn't pack her from all those packs yesterday, which is a bit disappointing. Palova is going to go into Radioactive Maestro, and that's going to make her a little bit better as well. And then we've got the Rare Defender upgrade. Now, what's really sad about this is that the requirement of the rarity has to be rare. And the reason why it's super dumb is because we actually have someone like Wubbamoy, who is entirely eligible, apart from the fact she's not rare. And even though Gio Quiroz, for example, would have been rare, Leia Codina, she was rare. She was a rare silver. But because she's now an evolution, this Evo slot here basically is you can't multi-evo in this slot. You have to take a rare gold card and evo them through this one, which leaves us in a very, very sorry situation of who we can do. Because not that it's actually that bad, because it's not. We've got a couple of really good options. But it would have been really nice to have been able to do one of the basically Wubbamoy would have been nice to put in there. But the options that we've got is either Jorginho that we're not even going to look at, Thomas Partey we've already got a special card of. We've either got Gabriel, which is not a bad option. You know, if we did him, he would look a little something like this with intercept plus. Reasonable stats, nothing crazy. But obviously, you know, the obvious choice here for us is going to be William Saliba, because by the time he's finished, he's like, this card becomes really tidy. He's now going to have intercept plus, jockey, and anticipate and power header. He's also going to be, I think he's mostly lengthy. No, he's lengthy with, after the shadows applied, 97 sprint speed and 88 acceleration. He's got a really nice dribbling boost that helps him out massively, because that was one of the issues that we had with him. And then his defending and physical is insane. And so William Saliba fits this. Going to cost us 150,000 coins, but he's got to go into it. He's got to go into it. It is going to be a really healthy upgrade. And one of the things that I mentioned before is that we're getting to a point now where we're like, a point that I knew was going to come, but we've got too many players that are all around the same sort of quality. Because now that we put Saliba in, the question is like, who comes out, right? And it's also the same with regards to, look at how we've got Cedric, Vieira and Smith Rowe just chilling on the bench. It's also the same with regards to the left back. I could go and buy Zinchenko. We could go and get McCabe and put her in as the 88 rated that she's going to be. But it's basically three of like much the same fullbacks. So once Saliba goes in, who does he go in instead of? This Ben White card is crazy good. This Jakob Kivior card, probably the guy that's going to come out, is crazy good. Now, I could put Ben White at right back, but compared to Maritz is much faster than Ben White at right back, much better passing, same physical, a little bit less defending, fair bit less dribbling, but a lot faster and got some nice play styles as well with the incisive pass too. So I don't know. And even when we look at the bench, we've got Russo, we've got Nketiah, we've got Wolti, Queiroz, Pires, Ljungberg, Partey. Like, we've got some really good options here in this team. And I'm getting a little bit like, oh, I don't know who to use. Because when it comes down to it, right, I want to win. But the truth be told is I want to win with the players that I want, not the players that I don't want. And when I look at, for example, whether it be Eddie Nketiah or Russo, I so badly want to use them instead of this Gabriel Jesus, because as good as this Gabriel Jesus is, now that he's also got Trivela and Power Shot, and that upgrade has been really, really kind to him. This is a quality card. These are my cards. You know what I mean? Like, this Nketiah, also a good card, right? Okay, maybe not the best, doesn't have the best play styles. Russo, she's got some really cool play styles. She's got 4-star weak foot. She's got good pace, very good shooting, reasonable physicals, reasonable dribbling. Is she as good as Jesus? Definitely not. But I'm like, what's the point of Evo in these cards if I'm just going to have them on the bench and use them when I'm like 4-0 up against someone who's got no thumbs, right? So, yeah, that's where we're at. However, I still haven't qualified for Weekend League. So I'm going to go and qualify for Weekend League, and that's going to be the rest of the video for today. I'm 3-2 at the moment, so this shouldn't take me long. I'm very tempted to just get the 4th win and stop, because it's already 12:30 on Sunday afternoon, and I haven't even qualified on this account, and I've still got Champs games to play on the Mbappe account, and so time is becoming very, very limited. So let's get into a game. All right, guys, our first opponent for today has got, what's that, Pernam SC, and they have got Schmeichel in goal, Blanc and Van Dijk, Basha, De Jong, Di Natale, that Muller. Man, I struggle against that Muller. Sissoko and Traore. That's a big team. That's a fast team. That's a quality team. But as I say, you know, we're only at +1 form in qualifiers. We're 3-2. We'll see how it goes. If I get like a really easy rage quit or two, maybe I'll play to 6 if I can. You know, maybe I can't play to 6. Maybe maybe I don't have the capabilities. Maybe I don't have the quality in me. Saliba, come on, man. But maybe I do. So what I also wanted to talk about a little bit today, guys, whilst we play this game or these games, is maybe I should have Saliba on the other side. Is kind of like why I've delayed on this account with regards to champs, and it's not been like on purpose. You know, it's one of those things. We've been doing the Mbappe RTG, which I've thoroughly enjoyed, and it's coming to a close. I should be able to finish it today. Worst case scenario, tomorrow, without even playing champs, which is like the hope, right? But I've been playing on that account. That's just aimed into little here, and you don't realise the difficulty of playing 2 Road to Glories when both of them require an intense amount of energy, because it isn't just 2 sets of champs, which in my head I was like, man, 2 sets of champs a week, that's fine. It's 2 sets of champs a week, 2 sets of qualifiers, 2 sets of squad battles, 2 sets of rivals, 2 sets of objectives, including like all the objective, there's no way that's gone in, including like all of the, you know, the objective cups, the things that I just showed you guys, all of those things. Oh, this guy's 5 at the back as well. This community, guys, honestly is unbelievable, isn't it? It is unreal. I've never seen, right, anyway, let me finish. We'll go on to that in a second. And so it just gets to a point where it's like, damn, this is actually a lot. And not just a lot, but a lot more than I'd ever given credit for. Like, a lot more than I'd ever... Like, I already played this game a lot, like on this account. You know, we've got well over 1,000 games on this account already. I did not think that, you know, 40 games of champs, 20 games of qualifiers, probably like 15 games of rivals on each account. Like, we're looking at overall, with everything encompassed, excluding the menu grind, not including it, excluding the menu grind, we're looking at around 200 games per week, give or take. Maybe depending on rage quits and stuff, it might be a little bit quicker of time and stuff. But yeah, around 200 games per week, and it's just a lot. And I wasn't mentally prepared for it. On top of the fact that I knew I had a couple of days this weekend and last week where I was going to be like out, and so that again just added like a massive like piece of time on it. And that's why now here. Why is this Van Dijk up there? That's why now here we are today on a Sunday afternoon. And I haven't even started qualifying for champs yet, right? Because like yesterday, Lauren was away. And so I was looking after the kids from basically like 5 o'clock on Saturday. I did do the 6 p.m. content, but yeah, I was looking after the kids from like 5 o'clock on Saturday. And all the way up until like literally like now, basically. And so it's again just one of those situations. It's again one of those situations where you just don't account for it. You don't account for like, oh, if I don't have like that 6 hours on that night to grind qualifiers and games, I'm just massively behind, to the point where I think I've like I said, I think I missed out on some like Maldini things and whatnot, and some other objectives and daily upgrades and things. I think I missed out on a few. So yeah, I just wanted to fill you guys in with why it's like yesterday's video was what it was, and today's is kind of like a bit more of a chill video, because I haven't prepared, I haven't planned, I haven't done ahead, and I thought, do you know what, I get asked a lot about this upgrade situation, so let me just do that and, you know, make a video around and on that. Now back to this guy. I can't believe he's 5 at the back. I don't even know who he put in as his third centre-back. It looks like he's put João Cancelo there. And it's so weird because of what I was talking about earlier, right, with how easy it is, how genuinely easy it is to get fodder and to get wins and to get cards on your account, right? You don't have to try this year. It's really not that difficult. And yet, this is the year, I'd say the most, where... Go on, Pires. Away. I've even like made that for the finesse. This is the year the most where people are sweating it out like their lives depend on it, even though, foul ref, even though it's so easy to just get anything. I really need like a free kick plus person, don't I? Yeah, it's just so easy to get everything. And so it just doesn't make sense to me why people are like 5 at the back with a super team like this guy's got. Okay, it's not like the best team in the world, but it is very, very good. I just don't understand why. Like, what possible reason have you got to be 5-4-1? What possible reason? Like, it's just genuinely mad. Like, it's genuinely mad because it makes it enjoyable for everyone involved. And the reason why I say that is because this guy is 5 at the back because he's not enjoying the way this game plays. He's not 5 at the back because he's loving life and whatnot, right? He's 5 at the back because he's like, man, I hate the way this game plays. Let me be the sweatiest I can be to try and get the easiest wins, not because he enjoys it. And so on the flip side, I'm now here playing against this guy that doesn't enjoy the game, not enjoying the game because we're up against the 5 at the back. And it's like, neither of us are enjoying this instance of the game. Just play like properly. And we can see as well, like from the way this guy is playing and the way the game has gone, that it's like he's not 5 at the back because he's some like mad skill player. He's 5 at the back. That's never a foul game. He's 5 at the back because, on the contrary, he doesn't know how to defend and he just needs those bodies back. And listen, everyone is entitled to play the game the way they want. I'm not saying he should play the game the other way. If he enjoys this, he enjoys this, and that's fair enough, right? But I think it's fair to say it's not enjoyable. You know, we've conceded a goal to a 40-yard finesse shot with somebody who I don't even think had finesse plus. I'd be surprised if I've had any less than 60% possession. I've created a couple of other goal-scoring opportunities that I feel like I should have scored from. He may have well scored with the Adama Traore header that hit the post. But this is qualifiers. This ain't even champs. And I'm playing against some guy who's... I genuinely can't believe he went 5 at the back. I had 58% possession. But look at the shots. 2 for him, 3 for me. It's 1-1. It's so boring. And who did he put in at the back? So he's got Sissoko. He put striker Muller in midfield. That's mad. De Jong and Traore. Basha, Zanetti, Van Dijk, Blanc, and Cancelo. So I didn't see, but he must have started Zanetti at centre mid in the 4-4-2 and then has moved him into centre back. How wild is that? And then on the bench, Griezmann, Son, let me guess. No, Griezmann, Rashford, and Rodman. But yeah, it's just one of those. It's just one of those ones, isn't it? And I think this year for me, I was talking about this on stream the other day. This year for me, I've made no attempts at actually getting better at this game. You know, I've played this game a lot, but I haven't actually tried to get better at this game. And I'm going to this week. I want to get better at this game. I want to be able to get 14 wins without even thinking about it, even with this Arsenal team. And I know it's possible because at the very least... I had to buy the pen. At the very least, I know that I've got some viewers that have got Arsenal Evo RTGs that are getting 14 wins. In fact, we've got one of you guys that watches that's got the Arsenal team. And you have got, I think you've got Thierry Henry. You packed him from something. But I've got one of you guys that has got the Arsenal Evo RTG that's getting rank 1 like basically every week. So it's like, yeah, okay, it's possible. I've just got to get better. And it's a funny one because I wax lyrical about like, you know, if you're bad at the game, practice, get better, like learn the mechanics. And there's something to learning the mechanics or even knowing the mechanics and then mastering the mechanics. And I know the mechanics quite well, but I don't try and implement the mechanics at all. And that's poor from me because, you know, I complain so much about the way my results are or the way this game's played. And yet, as I say, I'm doing almost nothing to fix it. And so this week, once I've got the Mbappe RTG finished, which shouldn't take long, as I say, hopefully I'll have it done today, actually. But once I've got that Mbappe RTG finished... How has he missed? I could have even taken a touch. I had so much space there. Once I've got that finished, It's going to be about getting this Arsenal RTG back on point, to a point where we're going for those icons, improving, like finishing off these Evos. Like I haven't even finished or even started to a degree. Press pass area. Some of the Evos. And so that's what we're going to be doing here today. I don't mind that foul. It's kind of stopped him enough to the point where he won't be able to get a reasonable cross in here. There you go, Catley. Thank you. So yeah, that's... I mean, maybe I should have gone over the top, but Jesus, that's such a simple pass. So is that. Yeah, that's the plan. The plan is to actually like make a concerted, conscious effort to actually get better at the game, instead of just complaining about the things that are wrong with the game and not doing anything about it. And I was talking about like how, you know, back in FIFA 11, for example, in FIFA 11, I used to sit in the arena for hours and hours and hours just practicing skill moves, so that when I got into a game, I had the muscle memory down for the skill moves. Even in like earlier games, like FIFA 17, FIFA 18, I used to play against pros to like learn how to play the game or what to do to like abuse certain mechanics within the game. That has to be a free kick. I mean, that has to be a free kick, and he's going to be offside. And as I say, this year, I've just kind of like expected to get better, based nothing off of playing the game a lot. And I kind of use the analogy of like, if you just played the piano a lot, but didn't actually practice and learn to try and get better, do you think you would get better at the piano? Some people might, right? Some people might just have that kind of like natural instinct of like understanding the keys, understanding what sounds come out of them, and then understanding how to put them together to make music. But those people are few and far between. And the same on FIFA. Some people don't have to practice at this game because they just naturally have that instinctual understanding of how it works. I've never been a person that has like a natural instinct at something. I've always been a person that has to really, really focus on improving and getting better. And so, it boggles my own mind that I'm sitting here like, oh guys, like I'm just still struggling in this game. And then I'm doing zero things to improve. That's pen. That's got to be a pen. That's the second time he's done that. Anyway, you might notice anyway that I am improving a little bit straight away. One of the things I'm trying to do is trust the process when it comes to defending, right? And what I mean by that is I spend a lot of time doing the wrong thing defensively. Sometimes it is the right thing, but in football sense, but in game sense, it's the wrong thing, right? So I spend a lot of time doing the wrong thing defensively, hoping that it goes right. And when it goes wrong, saying things like, oh man, I read everything there. I read the play, I read this, I read that, and I didn't get the ball back. This game's terrible. Yet I know full well that if I just let the AI defend for me, I will, more often than not, just defend the ball. And the reason why I don't do that more than I currently do is because, no way game, is because when I concede and I'm not in control of defending, when I actually concede and the AI is defending for me, I think it's the game's fault. And I'm like, if I was defending, I would have saved that. So then I like go back to defending again. So today, the last couple of days actually, I've really tried hard in just dragging a striker or a midfielder back, letting the AI defense. If there's like an obvious challenge in there that I can get and take, I will. But overall, like I'm doing my best to just let people make mistakes offensively, because what you don't realize, especially at a low skill, high skill is way different, but especially at a low skill is if somebody's got like a 2-on-2 and you just let the AI do all the positioning and stuff, they'll end up just taking a bad shot choice, right? They'll just end up doing something wrong where it's like, yeah, well done. You've, Martinelli. No way. Go on. Yes way. You'll end up just doing something wrong offensively and wasting a good chance because you're not skilled, right? But me in my head, I'm like, everyone's the best player in the world. And so when you get through on goal on a 2-on-2, you're 100% scoring. And so I panic and I try and like overread, or I try and just read the play in general. And I'm like, yeah, let me switch into a defender and do this thing and that thing and the other thing, because that literally like that, because that's going to get me the ball back. And when it doesn't get you the ball back and when it becomes the wrong thing, you're sitting there like, why didn't I just let the AI do that? Oh, come on now, EA. To say Ramsdale, that's got to be a pass out. I should be clearing this. So yeah, that's where we're at with that, and that's what I'm trying. Like, it's really hard, especially this year, because this game is so over dependent on AI defending, right? It's so over dependent on AI defending. Whereas previous years, manually defending, I still had my problems with it, but it was just a lot more impactful, a lot more effective. And so it's kind of one of those situations where I need a pass, please. It's kind of one of those situations where I thought he'd dive in for a tackle. It's kind of one of those situations where, I've been playing this game like properly since, I want to say Road to World Cup 98, which is a lot of years. It's like 25 years I've been playing FIFA, like a lot, right? I've had some years where I was like playing PES instead, some years where I was playing like Call of Duty or Minecraft, or where I wasn't like overly focused on FIFA, but I still played it every year regardless. And it's one of those situations where how do you explain to someone who's got muscle memory of like 20 plus years built in that you just need to change that muscle memory now? And it is a really, really, really hard change. It's not something that I can kind of sit there and be like, oh yeah, let me just do this, this, and this, and then that'll be that, right? It's the sort of thing where it's like, wow, I've got to make conscious effort every single game just to make sure I'm not doing this thing that is absolutely costing me. And that's mad. That's mad. Anyway, we've got the win here. And this is, like, I'm not even going to say, like, quite like this, right? But this is the exact sort of game that I would have lost last week. This guy's 5 at the back. He's got a super team. He was playing a sweaty style. And I would have just got lost in my head because I would have been sitting there like, oh, look at me, 14 shots to his 5. I can't get a goal. Like, because I would have rushed and I would have panicked and I would have made the wrong decisions. And we had to keep plugging away. I mean, we had a lot of shots from a lot of good areas. We really should have scored a few more goals. His goalkeeper probably is the man of the match for him. Where is his goalkeeper? I'm guessing his goalkeeper's got a high rating. 6.3 for Schmeichel. And then when it comes to goalkeeping, shots against 10, shots against 14, shots on target 10, saves, 8 saves, including some really, really strong saves that kind of were picked off by goalkeeper movement, like helping him save it. But this is exactly the sort of game that I genuinely would have lost. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, we've actually managed to come through this one. And there's a little bit, even just talking to you guys through the story of why I'm doing what I'm doing, it's kind of a little, it's kind of a little bit like the reason why I managed to win that game is because as I'm explaining to you guys, I need to make sure I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing the other. I'm actually applying it in game. And it just makes a sharp difference from just complaining and bitching and moaning, right? So we've got 3 83s, 2 83s here. I'm just going to throw those away because we want to open these 2 bonus packs to end off today's video. And then tomorrow will be Foot Champs rewards. Honestly, I'm expecting maybe 9, maybe 11 at best. Like the time is of the essence. Oh, that's going to be a massive card out of that. That's a beautiful pack. Time is of the essence. And it's 20 to 1 in the afternoon. I've still got a lot of things to do. And I don't know where I'm going to find the time to fit everything in. If I'm being brutally honest, it's going to be really difficult. So thank you guys for watching for today. Let me know if you enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.